If you're a mid-level front-end engineer and somehow feel stuck, this video is for you. Maybe you have worked for 3 to 5 years. You know React, you know how to build features, you can work with APIs, you can fix bugs. Most of the daily tasks are no longer too difficult for you. But at the same time, you might feel something is missing. You are writing code every day, but a lot of it starts to feel repetitive. You can make things work, but you're not always sure whether the solution is good, scalable, or easy to maintain. And now, in the AI era, this question becomes even more confusing because AI can generate components, writing tests, explain code, or even help with debugging. So you might start to wonder, what is still left for me as a front-end engineer? And how do I actually level up from mid-level to senior? This is what I want to talk about in this video. I recently recorded another video about whether you should start learning coding in 2026, and that one is more for people who just getting started. This video is for developers who already know how to code but want to move to the next level. Because after a few years of front-end development, the problem is you're not that you cannot write code. You surely can. Not only that, you can probably finish most tickets, build most screens, you can follow the team's convention and produce code that works pretty well. But working code isn't always good code, and finishing tickets is not the same as becoming senior. This is the stage where many developers get stuck. They keep doing similar tasks again and again. Another form, another table, another API integration, another bug fix, etc. There's nothing wrong with this type of work. They're important work for sure. But if you never challenge yourself to think at a higher level, your experience might grow in years, but your judgment might not grow at the same speed. So the real question is not how do I write more code or even how do I write better code. The real question is how do I make better engineering decisions? And in this video, I want to share 4 practical directions that can help. Now let's start with the first direction. The first one is build a framework, not random knowledge. Many mid-level developers learn in very random way. They learn one more library, one more framework, one more testing tools, or AI coding assistant. Each topic might be useful, but if they are not connected, it's hard to turn them into real engineering judgment. So instead of learning randomly, you need a structure. One way is to think through the software development lifecycle. How does a feature move from requirement to design, to implementation, to testing, to deployment, and then to monitoring? For example, when you build a search feature, the work does not start and end with the input box. You need to understand what the user is searching for, how the API should behave, how to handle loading and empty states, how to test the edge cases, how to release it safely, and how to know whether it is actually working in production. When you think this way, each feature becomes more than the coding task. It becomes a small system. Another way is to think from the user journey. For an e-commerce product, for example, the user might search for a product. They browse the product page, adding items to the cart, place an order, enter the delivery address, track the delivery, request for a refund, or contact support. Each touch point gives you a different front-end problem. Search may involve debouncing, caching, ranking, and empty states. Checkout may involve forms, validation, the payment, error handling, and security. And order tracking might involve polling, real-time updates, states design, and notification. When you connect these topics together, front-end knowledge stops being random. It becomes a clear map. This is also matters in the AI era. Because if you want to judge whether AI-generated code is good, you still need the knowledge behind it. AI can give you an answer, but you need the framework to evaluate that answer. If we haven't met, I'm Juntao. I'm a software engineer, author, and creator of iCodeit. I've spent years writing books, articles, and courses about clean code, refactoring, testing, and front-end architecture. Some of my articles have also been published on martinfollow.com. But what I care about most is helping developers understand the thinking behind good software design. If you can already build front-end features, but feel stuck when the problem becomes larger, messier or more system level, this channel is for you. We will use practical examples, code, diagrams, exercises, and simple frameworks like CC-door to make front-end system design easier to understand and apply. The goal is to help you make better technical decisions, explain your trade-offs clearly, and grow towards senior level engineering. The second direction is to learn how to articulate your thinking. This is one of the most underrated skills for front-end engineers. At the mid-level, you might be judged mostly by whether you can complete the task. But as you move towards senior level, people need to understand your thinking. Why did you choose this design? What trade-offs are you making? What problems are you trying to avoid? If you cannot explain your thinking clearly, it's hard for others to trust your technical decisions. And communication does not only mean speaking up in meetings. It can be writing a clear pull request description, explaining well what the change is about, why you made that certain change, not the other options, etc. It can be explaining a trade-off in a design document. It can be leaving a useful comments that explain why the code exists, not just what the code does. One particular way to improve this is writing. And I don't mean you have to write a long article every week. You can start with something much smaller. When you make a technical change, write a short notes about what the change is about and why you change it. When you make a decision, write down what alternatives you considered. When there is a trade-off, explain what you gain and what you give up. This might sound simple, but it's extremely powerful because writing forces you to slow down. It helps you to organize your thoughts and it makes your technical reasoning easier for other people to understand. For me, writing has been one of the best ways to improve my engineering thinking because unclear writing often reveals unclear thinking. The third direction is to develop end-to-end thinking. This doesn't mean every front-end developer has to become a back-end expert, but if you want to become a senior, you need to understand the four parts of the feature. A feature does not start from a React component, it starts from a user problem. Then it becomes a product requirement. Then we need to think about front-end architecture, the data models, API designs, security, performance, accessibility, testing, deployment, and monitoring. AI can generate many pages very quickly now. In a few minutes, you can get a dashboard, a landing page, or a form. But real front-end work is usually more than the pages. A page is only the visible part of the feature. Behind that page, there are many decisions that affect how reliable, scalable, and maintainable the feature will be. You need to ask a question like, where does the data come from? What happens when the API is slow or fails? How do we handle permissions and the different user roles? What should happen when the user refreshes the page? And how do we make this feature safe, scalable, and easy to change later? Those are the kind of questions that move you beyond page level thinking. You're no longer just asking, how do I build this UI? You're asking, how does this feature work as part of the system? This is where front-end system design becomes important because senior front-end engineers do not only think about screens. They think about the whole feature. This is also the reason I care so much about front-end system design because many mid-level developers does not need another React tutorial. They need a structured way to practice this kind of end-to-end thinking. For example, how do we break down a front-end problem before jumping to the code? How do we design component structure? How do we model the data and think about API design, performance, scalability, and trade-offs? Those are the topics I cover in Front-End System Design Essentials. The goal is to help you move from building individual features to designing front-end systems. The fourth direction is to use AI as leverage, not as a replacement for your own thinking. I don't think front-end developers should ignore AI. That would be a mistake. AI can help you learn faster. It can generate boilerplate code. It can explain unfamiliar code. It can help you explore different implementation options. But the danger is using AI in a very shallow way. If you ask AI to do all the thinking for you, you might get the answer quickly. But the risk is that you are not building the skills yourself. So I think the better approach is this: using AI to speed up the mechanical changes, but keep the important thinking for yourself. Use AI to generate the first draft, but you review the structure Use AI to suggest options, but you have to compare the trade-offs. Using AI to explain a concept, but you still practice applying it. This is how you take advantage of AI without becoming dependent on it. In the AI era, the developers who grow faster are not the ones who avoid AI. They are also not the ones who blindly trust AI. They are the ones who use AI while still building their own judgment. So if you are a mid-level front-end developer and you want to move towards senior level, this is the roadmap I would suggest. First, build the framework, not random knowledge. Second, learn to articulate your thinking. Third, develop end-to-end thinking. And fourth, use AI as leverage, not as a replacement. The goal is to build better engineering judgment. After 3 to 5 years, writing code is usually not the hardest part anymore. You can probably make most things work. The harder part is knowing what should be built, why it should be built this way, and how to make system easier to change in the future. That is the kind of skill that help you move from mid-level to senior. You start to see the big picture, you make better technical decisions, and you help the team move with more confidence. If this is the kind of growth you are looking for, subscribe to the channel. I'll be making more practical videos for front-end developers who want to grow from building features to designing systems. And if you want a more structured path, you can check out my front-end system design essentials course. I'm also working on a book around the same topic where I broke down real front-end system design problems with examples, diagrams, and trade-offs. I will leave the links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.